The NBA is witnessing something right now that even science can't fully explain. In his 23rd season, LeBron James just turned 41 years old. How absurd is that? So far this season, LeBron is averaging 23.9 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 7.1 assists on 52% shooting. Even Michael Jordan, the so-called god of basketball, averaged just 22 points, 5.5 rebounds, 3.7 assists, and 1.5 steals at age 40 with the Wizards. At an age when most of his peers are sitting at the broadcast desk, or retired, out of shape, enjoying life, LeBron is still out there, dropping 24 points, 3 rebounds, and 5 assists against the Kings. Put bluntly, LeBron said goodbye to 40 the way a 20-year-old would. 4 quarters, 4 different dunks, from youthful agility to the mastery of an aging swordsman. So let's rewind. 23 years. A long story, but worth telling. In 2003, the chosen one arrived. LeBron James entered the league as the #1 overall pick, landing in Cleveland as the city's new hope. He won Rookie of the Year, became the youngest player ever to average 25.5, but still missed the playoffs. In his second season, he put up 27.7, made the All-Star team, and officially stepped into superstardom, 6th in MVP voting. Still no playoffs. By his third season, 2005-06, LeBron exploded. 31.4 points, 7 rebounds, 6.6 assists, 50 wins, second in MVP voting. Cleveland was back in the playoffs. They fought through the East, only to fall to the iron-willed Pistons. Then came 2007. At just 22 years old, LeBron evolved again. Eastern Conference Finals, Game 5, against Detroit. He scored 29 of the Cavaliers' final 30 points, dropped 48 total, and dragged Cleveland into the NBA Finals. The Spurs were waiting, and the lesson was brutal. A 4-0 sweep. Your future is still ahead of you. In 2007 to 2008, LeBron became something even stranger, not just a scorer, but the scoring champion. But he didn't know yet that from this point on, Boston would become the defining enemy of his career. The 2008 to 2009 season was pure domination. LeBron led his team in points, rebounds, assists, steals, and blocks, all 5 major categories. The Cavaliers won 66 games, first team All-NBA, first team All-Defense, and finally, MVP. There was a game-winning 3 in the playoffs, but the dream matchup, 23 versus 24, never happened. The Cavaliers paired 24-year-old LeBron with a late-career Shaquille O'Neal. In 2010, Cleveland won 60 games again. LeBron won back-to-back MVPs. And again, Boston ended it. That's when the doubts started. Years of falling short. Years of carrying everything. He was tired. He started thinking about leaving. Then came 2011. The Platinum generation reunited in Miami. LeBron became public enemy #1. And if that wasn't enough, a humiliating finals loss completed the fall. He hit rock bottom. So he changed. New mindset, new discipline, a colder edge. In 2012, he came back ruthless. He chased Defensive Player of the Year, won his 3rd MVP. Eastern Conference Finals, Game 6 in Boston. The stare, the silence, the execution. In the finals, the Thunder's young core had no answer. LeBron finally lifted the trophy he'd chased his entire life. NBA champion, Finals MVP. In 2013, he reached his absolute peak. Skill against guards, strength against bigs, efficiency against everyone. Miami won 27 straight games. LeBron claimed his 4th MVP. Indiana slowed them down, but not enough. The finals came down to one moment. Game 6, Ray Allen. A miracle. Game 7, LeBron finished it. A three-peat was never easy. In 2014, injuries caught up to Miami. The Spurs came back with surgical precision. A rain of threes. Dynasty denied. At 30, LeBron returned home. The season was riddled with injuries. In the playoffs, Love went down. Irving followed. LeBron stood alone against Golden State's small ball storm. He lost, but still received 4 Finals MVP votes. Then came 2016, revenge. The 73-win Warriors were the target, down 3-1 in the finals. Games 5 and 6, 41 points each. Game 7, the block, the kneel, the tears.
Cleveland! This is for you!
In 2017, the Cavaliers might have been at their strongest. Prime Kyrie, prime love, fluid, beautiful basketball. They lost one playoff game before the finals, but facing a Warriors team led by Kevin Durant, the Cavaliers came up short. In 2018, Kyrie left, the roster collapsed, and LeBron produced one of the greatest seasons ever. Indiana, Toronto, Boston, Finals Game 151 points. Still not enough. At 33, he had reached 8 straight finals. Once again, he fell to the Warriors. Then he moved to Los Angeles. A franchise in chaos. Christmas Day, a groin injury. The season collapsed. No playoffs. In 2019, Anthony Davis arrived. The no-fly zone was born. The bubble. One mission. One result. LeBron became the only player in history to win Finals MVP with 3 different teams. The years piled up. Injuries, roster experiments, broken chemistry. He broke the all-time scoring record, led miracle turnarounds, fell to Denver, then fell again. Now, season 23. Still fighting, still adapting, still LeBron. In season 23, LeBron James is still fighting, still adapting, still evolving, still finding ways to win. His debut that year came late. His style changed again. For the first time, he willingly cut off a streak of nearly 1,500 straight games scoring in double figures. The ball no longer lived in his hands. The team shifted. The narrative shifted. And once again, the noise followed. But when the lights came on, he was still the man who closed games. The fast breaks were no longer reckless explosions. They were calculated strikes. The dunks weren't as frequent, but when they came, they still carried authority. Some nights, he was still the one who decided everything. While players his age had long moved into studios or coaching chairs, LeBron stayed on the floor, still battling time itself. A trainer once said it best. He's not competing against opponents anymore. He's competing against human biology. And that's exactly what it looks like. I love the smile he flashes after wins, a little slower now, a little heavier, but still full of joy. Looking back on 23 years, his game has changed. From fearless youth, to absolute dominance, to wisdom, timing, and precision. Some fans cling to the past, trying to freeze moments in time. But most of us simply marvel at this. He keeps giving us something new. Still moving forward. Still defying expectation. At 41, the question of retirement no longer whispers, it stands front and center. But for those who've watched every chapter, it doesn't really matter how much time is left. His legacy is already etched deep into history, one of the brightest stars the game has ever known. A presence that taught us to stand tall and keep going. 41 is his age. It's also a reminder for all of us to be grateful for what we've witnessed. The simplest way to give back? Vote him in. Let the road downhill still shine.